Am I the a-hole for refusing to forgive my sister after she roped me into her cheating on her husband? About 2 years ago, my sister came to my apartment while going through the beginning of her divorce, something which I was not aware of. We are not terribly close, like text a couple times a year and see each other at holidays, kind of not close. I found it odd that she was coming to see me at all, given she lived 8 hours away by car and normally stays with our mom nearby. She wouldn't give me times, wouldn't confirm if she was sleeping at my place, and wouldn't say why she was coming, just that we were going to a local brewery. An hour or two before she arrived, she asked if she could bring a friend along. I said yes, but made it clear that I wasn't going to have this person sleep over, as it was a work night and they were a stranger to me. When she and this guy arrived, they only brought one vehicle, but still wouldn't say for sure whether my sister was staying over or not. The guy was weird and annoying, but I wanted to see my sister, so I entertained him while she spent the next hour in my bathroom getting ready. We left for the brewery, and shortly after arriving, she asked us both to leave the table and go somewhere else so she could talk to her friend. My wife and I found this incredibly odd and rude, but acquiesced. When we finally asked if we could return, we tried to get more information as to why things were so weird, and all she would admit was that she was upset with her husband for going through her phone and finding something. I asked point blank if she was cheating, and she told me no. The guy at this point was drinking beer after beer, and only about an hour and a half after getting there, the brewery was closing. We drove them back to our apartment and told them we needed to get to bed soon as I worked early in the morning. The guy was in no position to drive, but after some hemming and hawing, they decided to have her drive them both back to his place a few hours away. I would find out a few weeks later that not only was she certainly cheating on her husband, whom I adored, but that the guy she brought was in fact the other man. I think of marriage as a very important thing, and have always made it clear that I hate being lied to. Since then, I've simply not spoken to her. I don't drag the rest of my family into it. I don't say it's her or me at events, and I don't snap at her or pretend she isn't there. She gets short answers only and a flat effect. I've made it clear to her and everyone else in the family that all I want is a real apology. We never got along as children, and our parents even admit they let her be pretty awful to me growing up. She took advantage of me pretty frequently and was usually just outright mean. At one point, I had to start taking the bus to school rather than have her drive me because I couldn't stand the torment in the car on the way in. Yesterday, as our family gathering loomed, she reached out and said she was sorry if you feel I involved you in something you didn't want to be involved in, but in the same breath said she was hurt that I didn't try to talk to her about what was going on that day. I sent a long and angry response detailing the day more or less as above, and how it made me feel. I made it clear that I did try to talk to her and that I wasn't happy with her apology. I felt after everything we'd been through, I was owed a real one, not one blaming me for how I responded to her actions. I asked her not to respond because I wanted to do this face to face. She refused, insulted me, and said she didn't want to do that in front of our mom or nieces and nephews. So today, I treated her just as I have the last 2 years. She ended up leaving early, and my mom and other sister are upset that I won't just forgive her. My wife has my back 100% in this, but I just want to make sure I'm not forgetting to take my crazy pills, as I feel like I am not asking for anything unreasonable or behaving unreasonably as a result. So, am I the a-hole?